isso? Meu Deus do céu!
A chilling event in January 2023 was caught on security footage at a small drive-through coffee stand in Auburn, Washington. In the early hours before dawn, a barista was alone working the window of a small coffee stand in Auburn, Washington, when a pickup truck pulled up. The driver, a man with a noticeable tattoo on his arm, waited until the 31-year-old barista handed him his change, then made his horrifying move. He attempted to lasso her with a 12-inch zip tie fashioned into a noose, intending to pull her through the window. Fortunately, the terrifying incident didn't end as badly as it could have. Security footage captured not only the man's distinctive tattoo, but also the make of his truck, helping police quickly identify and arrest the suspect the following day. The attacker, 38-year-old Matthew Darnell, was charged with attempted kidnapping. Investigators found more zip ties in his vehicle and discovered he had deliberately targeted a Beankini coffee stand, known for its servers wearing beach. This creepy video has been making the rounds on social media recently. While its exact origin is a bit murky, it seems to come from an older paranormal investigation by the YouTube channel Dark Ghost Paranormal, and what's captured in the footage is genuinely unsettling. At the exact moment the mirror shatters, a faint shadowy figure can be seen darting out from within it. Blink and you might miss it, but it's enough to give anyone goosebumps. The strange footage has ignited heated discussions online, often shared with just one simple, lingering question: real or fake? What do you think? User Lottie.l.nano uploaded this video, claiming it's completely real and not a prank. The school they attend is said to be haunted by the ghost of a former student, especially in one particular classroom. Both teachers and students have reported seeing a strange, childlike figure wearing a school uniform, but with a face unlike any living person. What makes this even more disturbing is that all sightings happen during the day, in the same classroom, every Wednesday at exactly 3 p.m. The exact time and place where a student reportedly passed away years ago. In the video, two students who had heard these stories decide to visit the classroom at that exact time, and what they record is unsettling. A figure in a school uniform appears to be sitting at the far end of the classroom, but when the students walk in for a closer look, the figure is gone. The uploader insists the video is real. Some viewers agree, but there's skepticism, especially since, in the first shot, the curtain is slightly open and letting in light, while moments later, it's fully drawn. After reviewing this part multiple times, no obvious cuts were found, but the scene remains unsettling. So, is it real or just a cleverly edited hoax? On July 10, 2025, a motion-activated security camera inside a house started recording after picking up movement in the living room. This camera only turns on when something moves, but the strange part is, no one was supposed to be there, at least no human. The homeowner was out, but his dog was still inside, so when he got the alert, he didn't think much of it, assuming it was just his dog triggering the camera. What he didn't realize was that the footage had captured something truly unsettling, and ever since that moment, his dog's behavior has completely changed. This is what the camera caught. Since the incident was caught on camera, the owner has made a point to never leave his dog alone again, convinced that something strange interfered with his pet. While the dog is physically fine, just a bit rattled. The footage shows him staring at something that seemingly isn't there. The owner believes something unseen was bothering him. What raised alarms, though, was the dog's collar somehow being yanked off. Sure, it's possible the dog could have shaken it loose, but the owner insists that doesn't make sense. The collar doesn't come off easily unless it's unclipped by someone. Given that nothing like this has ever happened before, he suspects there may have been something paranormal involved. It's up to you to decide what happened. A strange phenomenon has been occurring across the US, blue rain falling from otherwise normal skies. Social media was soon flooded with astonished users sharing their encounters. One of the first reports came from Texas, where TikTok user MichiHead3 posted footage showing an unusual blue liquid.
Got a blue lake right here. How much would it take for you to drink that water?
Shortly afterward, another user from Texas, Commercial Chris, recorded comparable footage while camping in a national park.
And it's been raining, and the water that's coming out of the sky is blue. And it's not this tarp, because it's happening on this tarp too. Look at that. This is crazy. Are they chemtrailing us in Texas?
The strange phenomenon wasn't limited to Texas. Before long, reports started emerging from California too, where user SirixEd34 captured a similar event on video.
So I live here in the Central Valley, and it was raining a couple minutes ago. Can anyone explain the blue water?
The blue rain phenomenon quickly gained nationwide attention, sparking widespread confusion and speculation. Theories began circulating. Some believed it could be the result of secret military experiments, while others worried it was due to a chemical spill or some form of atmospheric contamination. Skeptics proposed more natural causes, such as colored pollen or algae. However, no conclusive explanation has been found. For now, the mystery remains unsolved, leaving many residents uneasy and keeping a cautious eye on the skies. A TikTok user named Jai Olivas posted a chilling video captured inside a hospital emergency ward. After viewing the unsettling footage, it's easy to see why getting any rest or recovery there would be nearly impossible amid such eerie disturbances. Fortunately, no one was physically hurt during the strange event, but what follows shortly after takes the fear to a whole new level. A chair mysteriously glides across the room without anyone touching it. While some might blame a draft, given the way the curtains are eerily moving, it's hard to believe that a breeze from an open window could have enough force to push a sturdy hospital chair across the floor.
Still haven't found nothing in this place?
Thousands of viewers flocked to the comments on Jay's video, convinced it was undeniable proof of ghostly activity or a supernatural presence. But what do you think about this eerie footage? Share your theory in the comments below. This clip shows what should have been a joyful moment, a family celebrating a girl named Danielle's birthday. She sits in front of her cake, smiling as the candles flicker. Everything seems normal until the moment she goes to make a wish.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Danielle. Happy birthday to you. Let's happy I said happy birthday, Blondie. Oh, how did you do that? Did you do it? I don't know. What did you do?
That was weird. That wasn't
Did
me.
you do it?
That wasn't me.
That was strange, wasn't it?
Danielle leans forward and tries to blow out the candles, but they don't go out. She tries again, still with no result. Then, suddenly, all the candles extinguish on their own without her doing anything. A family member is heard asking, "What did you do?" And another says, "That was strange, wasn't it?" While everyone laughs it off, no one truly knows what just happened. Was it a strange coincidence, or was something unseen standing beside her, waiting to make the wish come true first? Robert Watt, 47, shared this eerie video after experiencing something that, as he described, scared the hell out of him. He explained that his dog wouldn't stop barking at the edge of the forest near his home. Assuming it was just an animal, Robert went outside to check, but what he ended up capturing was truly disturbing.
Ollie, what are you barking at? My dog was barking hard. Man, it's a full moon tonight, yo. Full moon tonight. I don't know what the hell he's barking at. I have no idea. So how's he barking at? What the hell is that? What is that? What is that, y'all?
In the dark, two glowing red eyes appear just beyond the tree line, staring directly at Robert. The moment he realizes what he's seeing, he panics and runs back inside. The video quickly went viral on TikTok, with some viewers speculating it could be the legendary Mothman, a winged humanoid believed to signal impending disaster. However, Robert used the hashtag wolf, suggesting he thinks it was something else entirely. One commenter left a chilling warning: if you ever see red eye shine, leave immediately, because many cryptid hunters believe red eye shine doesn't come from any ordinary animal, but something far more sinister. In this clip, someone was relaxing at home when they suddenly heard strange, unsettling noises coming from another part of the house. The sounds were so disturbing that they couldn't tell who or what might be causing them. Worried, they grabbed their phone and tried to turn on the lights, only to find the power was out. What they captured on camera left them terrified. A face belonging to someone or something can be seen peeking out from behind a wall. The person recording doesn't wait to find out what it is and instantly runs away in fear. To this day, they still have no idea who or what it was. Reddit user Swirly Cloud Hunters recorded something truly perplexing in the skies above Austin, Texas, an event that has since ignited a flurry of theories and speculation across the internet. Their video, shared on the Storm Chasing subreddit, shows a strange atmospheric phenomenon, a mysterious rift or fissure appearing to split the clouds. The footage quickly stirred debate online. Some viewers speculated it might be a glitch in the Matrix, a brief crack in the fabric of a simulated reality. Others offered more scientific, though still puzzling theories, such as rare optical illusions caused by specific atmospheric conditions or shadows cast by distant, obscured objects. What's your take on this eerie cloud formation? Reddit user Venice Venerini shared a creepy discovery while working in a pathology office. They pulled a hematology textbook off the shelf and found a lock of human hair tucked inside as a bookmark. While undeniably unsettling, especially in such a clinical environment, one commenter, M. Egical, offered a cultural explanation. In some traditions, a baby's first haircut is used as a bookmark in hopes of making the child smarter. Still, even with that context, finding human hair in a medical textbook adds an eerie twist. Was it just a forgotten keepsake, or is there a deeper, more mysterious story behind it? Instagram user Pudor de Corcahini recently posted some eerie CCTV footage filmed in an empty lot somewhere in Mexico, and it's left viewers seriously baffled by what they witnessed. The chilling footage captures a mysterious, ghost-like figure gliding silently across the lot. Moments later, a group of dogs charges toward it, barking wildly and visibly disturbed by whatever it is they're sensing. What truly amplifies the unsettling mood is the eerie, echoing wail heard in the background.
No mames.
The disturbing sound has sparked plenty of speculation, with many commenters suggesting the figure might be La Llorona, the legendary weeping woman from Latin American folklore, said to wander the night crying for her lost children. With no further details or explanation, the footage remains an eerie and unexplained mystery. In this eerie video, a man named Sam was making the most of his last few days alone before his girlfriend moved in. He spent his time relaxing, barely leaving the house and enjoying the quiet, but his calm was suddenly disrupted by a paranormal presence, revealing that he wasn't as alone as he thought. Watch closely. Without warning, the doorknob began to shake violently, followed by soft, deliberate knocks. Sam was completely alone in the house, curious and uneasy. He cautiously opened the door, only to find no one there, just an eerie emptiness. Moments later, chairs inside the room started moving on their own, confirming Sam's worst fear. He was dealing with a haunting. Hoping it was a one-off incident, he tried to brush it off, but just 2 days later, while in the toilet, something even more bizarre was caught on camera.
Right, so I'm just in the toilet, and as you can hear, the door's rattling. So I feel quite trapped, but I'm gonna open it and see what happens. If I actually unlocked the door, wouldn't it? Was that you? That couldn't have been you.
Once again, the door started to rattle, and this time, Sam quickly grabbed his phone to record it. He slowly opened the door, revealing no one there, except his cat, who wasn't strong enough to cause such forceful movement. To be sure, Sam checked around the corner for any sign of someone who might have slipped away, but found nothing. Even though he heard footsteps, they led nowhere. A ghost hunter, Sam, reached out to say they'd only investigate if he could provide at least 3 confirmed frightening videos. That meant Sam had to face whatever was happening one more time. Here's what happened next.
Door's rattling again, so I'm just going to go and open it.
Leave it open.
Yeah.
What was that?
Mate, I'm not joking.
What did you see?
There was something looking around the corner. Right, what the actual...
This time, Sam invited his girlfriend over, too afraid to deal with the entity alone. He chose not to tell her about the paranormal activity, worried she might refuse to enter the house if she knew the truth. The plan, however, worked. During her visit, the door once again shook violently, followed by something even more terrifying. A ghostly figure briefly peeked around the corner and stared directly at Sam. Shaken, he rushed to check the area it came from. But like before, there was nothing. No one in sight, just silence and the unsettling feeling that something invisible was still watching. This video comes from a mom who's been sharing every moment of her daughter's life online. Her whole account is centered around her only child, Regina, a baby she never thought she'd have after several painful pregnancy losses. To Gabby, Regina was a miracle. From baby milestones to her first day of school, she's documented everything, no matter how small. But out of all the heartwarming content, a few clips have caught viewers off guard. It all started with a set of videos Gabby filmed when Regina was still an infant, and they've left people genuinely confused and unsettled. Back then, Regina would often crawl over to a specific hallway in the house and just sit there, staring down it. Even now, years later, she still finds herself fixated on that same hallway, just standing and staring at it with no clear reason why.
Vámonos ya. Vente, mi amor. Vente.
From running around, playing tag by herself, to blowing kisses toward the hallway, Regina acts like she's interacting with a friend only she can see. It seems like a classic case of an imaginary friend, but Gabby isn't so sure, especially after what she captured recently.
¿Qué pasó? Ay, Dios, ahora sí me asusté. ¿Qué pasó? Ay, Rechi. Mira, apunta para allá. ¿Qué, mi amor? Vámonos. ¿Qué, mi amor? ¿Qué hay? ¿Qué pasó? Ven, amor. Ven, amorcito, vente. Venga, mi niña. It's okay.
Lately, Regina's behavior in the hallway has changed. In Gabby's most recent videos, instead of playing near it like she used to, Regina now seems visibly uneasy, almost scared. And what's strange is that nothing in the clip seems to explain why, at least not to Gabby. It wasn't until one particular video, just a casual recording of Regina during her nighttime routine, that viewers began pointing something out. According to comments, if you look closely, you'll catch a glimpse of whatever it is that's been frightening Regina. Here's what Gabby unknowingly captured. In the clip, just as Regina points toward the closet, a shadowy figure briefly passes inside. No one else was home at the time, ruling out the obvious explanations. After reading the flood of concerned comments, Gabby checked the closet herself and found absolutely nothing. The space was empty. So, what did the camera catch? Gabby doesn't have an answer, but many viewers think they do. They believe this could be the presence Regina has been afraid of all along, the same one she always points to when looking down that hallway. Gabby's unsure what to make of it, but one thing's clear. She's deeply unsettled, and then, in a later video filmed in a completely different room, this time the kitchen, something else happens that leaves her even more shaken. In the video, a dark shadow figure is seen passing through the kitchen, the same room where Gabby and Regina are standing. It moves from one side to the other before vanishing completely. According to Gabby, no one else was home at the time, so the big question is, who or what was that? What makes it even more unnerving is that neither Gabby nor Regina seem to notice it at the moment. With everything that's happened, people are starting to wonder just who or what has been caught on camera. In 2023, two campers explored a secluded trail deep in the Appalachian Mountains. After experiencing several nights of feeling like someone was watching them, they set up a night vision camera just to be safe. At 2:10 a.m., the camera recorded something strange. Pay close attention. At first, the footage appears empty, but as the camera zooms in, a pair of eyes becomes visible, staring at the campers from the tree line. Whatever it is, it's quite tall. While some viewers think it's just a wild animal, others believe it might be something much older, something that's always been watching from the woods. What do you think those eyes belong to in the Appalachian Mountains? This disturbing video was posted on the Portuguese YouTube channel, wout.co, and has quickly given viewers chills. In the clip, a man is suddenly woken in the middle of the night by the eerie sound of a woman's laughter echoing through his home. The most terrifying part? He lives alone. Gripped by fear, he grabs a flashlight from his nightstand, and what he sees next is something that will haunt him forever. The chilling laughter continues to echo through the shadows as the man carefully sweeps his flashlight across his dark bedroom. When the beam lands on his wardrobe, a ghostly hand slips out from the crack between the doors. But when he rushes over to investigate, the wardrobe is empty. No one is inside. Suddenly, a door slams shut behind him, causing him to spin around in alarm, only to find the room still empty. Then, a blood-curdling scream shatters the silence, escalating the terror. Mustering his courage, he inches toward the bedroom door and looks out into the pitch-black hallway, where a pale, inhuman face peeks out from around a distant corner. Horrified, he stumbles backward, and the video cuts off. The footage has left viewers shaken, with many believing the man is being tormented by a malevolent spirit. But what do you think is haunting his home? Serena, a mother caring for 2 small children, had just put them to bed after a long, exhausting day and settled on the couch, looking forward to a quiet moment in front of the TV. However, her plans for a peaceful evening were quickly derailed when an agitated poltergeist began stirring up supernatural chaos, turning her calm night into a terrifying ordeal. Serena first noticed something was wrong when strange, unexplained noises echoed from downstairs, loud enough to wake her daughter, though her son somehow remained asleep through the racket. What started as an annoyance quickly turned into fear as she descended the stairs to investigate, only to find utter chaos. Chairs were flying and shifting violently in a hidden room, as if thrown by invisible forces. Both Serena and her daughter were left frightened and confused, clinging to one another throughout a sleepless, fear-filled night, unsure how to deal with the aggressive haunting. What's your take on this eerie event? Let us know in the comments. In April 2025, sharp-eyed observers noticed something strange at the heart of the restricted Area 51 facility, a mysterious black triangular tower. The satellite image revealed a tall, blade-like black structure standing upright on a circular platform, casting a long V-shaped shadow across the desert landscape. The coordinates quickly triggered a storm of speculation online. Some wondered if it was an alien artifact left out in the open, while others guessed it might be a high-tech piece of military equipment. Social media exploded with wild theories, ranging from an extraterrestrial skyscraper to jokes about a giant Dyson air purifier for aliens. More grounded analysts proposed other possibilities. The tower's sharp, angular form suggested it could be part of a stealth experiment, possibly a radar target or a model of a futuristic aircraft. Even an AI chatbot weighed in, speculating that the object could be a prototype stealth craft or decoy, highlighting its radar-deflecting shape. This suggests the structure might not be a tower at all, but rather a test object placed there for radar experiments, perhaps to see how a triangular design might appear to enemy detection systems. Others noted that similar structures have been at the site for years, possibly used for telemetry or communication purposes. Still, given the mystique surrounding Area 51, any unusual sighting fuels paranormal theories. Is this strange tower a glimpse into classified military technology, or just another illusion in the Nevada desert? As with most things at Groom Lake, the truth remains carefully hidden behind layers of government secrecy. Sami has been experiencing paranormal activity for the past 2 years, with strange and unexplained events occurring around her. At first, she didn't pay much attention. Despite the ghostly disturbances following her from place to place, nothing felt threatening. Believing the presence to be harmless, she chose to ignore it. But in the footage you're about to see, Sami runs a small experiment to find out if the spirit was aware of her, and what she captures is truly chilling.
Can you move that? No. Can you move that again, please? Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. What? Can you do that again? Can you do it again? Oh my god, oh my god.
To her surprise, the ghost responded by moving the bottle on command. This unexpected reaction made her reconsider everything. Since the activity had never been aggressive and the spirit appeared to respond to her voice, Sami started to believe it could be a friendly or protective presence trying to reach out. With that in mind, she chose not to force it away, for the time being. On the YouTube channel, The Path Beyond, a woman named Kathy shared terrifying footage of a haunting that has tormented her household for years. She and her family have slowly grown used to the strange and unexplainable events happening around them, disturbances that often seem to focus on a collection of antique dolls kept in their home. These dolls appeared to draw in a dark, unsettling energy. Hoping to uncover the source of the activity, Kathy set up a camera aimed directly at the dolls. What it captured is truly the stuff of nightmares. In the middle of the night, long after midnight, the camera was triggered by a slight movement in the room. One of the dolls, the one on the right, began to creepily lean forward, as if moved by unseen hands. But instead of falling over like a typical object, it slowly returned to an upright position on its own, defying any logical explanation. From the camera's perspective, it's evident that no one was close enough to touch or manipulate the dolls. Kathy's bravery in continuing to live with these unsettling objects is truly commendable. In this chilling video, a woman named Sophie had been in a tense argument with her boyfriend that had been ongoing for over 2 weeks. While neither of them ever shared what the fight was about, Sophie recalled something odd happening about an hour before the disturbing footage was captured. Her boyfriend suddenly asked if she believed in the paranormal. She dismissed the question as weird and went into the kitchen to grab a snack. That's when she noticed something strange and quickly called him over. What the camera captured next is truly unsettling.
This book's just come off this shelf, and I blame you.
Why? No, hang on. Before
I blame you.
Why?
Oh, it's broken.
Why?
I blame you because you were asking for something.
Yeah, about an hour ago.
A popular theory circulating about the eerie footage is that the boyfriend may have orchestrated the entire event to scare Sophie, especially since he brought up the topic of ghosts just before the paranormal encounter took place. Given the ongoing tension between them, some suggest it could have been a twisted prank or a form of revenge. Others, however, are convinced it was a real and unexplained supernatural incident. What do you think? In the video, a man named Nick is looking after his sick grandmother when one night he witnesses something he can't explain. It's worth mentioning that Nick's grandmother has Alzheimer's, which sometimes causes her to stand quietly and react to things that aren't visibly there. But during one of these moments, something truly unexplainable happens. As Nick records the scene, the camera captures something unexpected. Take a look. Something that had been sitting on top of the fridge suddenly fell to the ground, seemingly without any reason. At that exact moment, Nick's grandmother's dog began growling, as if reacting to something unseen. But the situation became even more unsettling when Nick revealed what had actually fallen.
Alright, so this is in response to last night. My grandma loves to collect little figurines. One of my grandma's little angels fell off the fridge last night. See how far back they are. Genuinely.
If the small statue had been placed deep on top of the fridge, then how did it manage to fall on its own? Nick has no explanation. However, after reviewing the footage several times, he notices something truly unsettling.
Honestly, I'm a bit in disbelief. No, I'm pretty sure it's just a plug-in charger. I brought my girlfriend Claire here so she can help demonstrate. But can you try to step in front of that? And so it just does that. Move away. So that comment says that the Roomba doesn't do that unless someone's in front of it. My question is, like, he's kind of creepy with a smiley face and everything. Even when it gets to the edge, it does that.
Looking back at Nick's video, you can see the Roomba moving back and forth, almost as if it were detecting someone standing in its path. Nick believes the Roomba may have sensed something unseen. Nick has felt a deep sense of discomfort in the kitchen. Since his grandmother only has one TV in the house, which is located near the kitchen, he has no choice but to spend time there. But one night, while watching TV alone, something eerie occurs.
So I was watching my show, and after last night, I'm definitely not leaving these lights on. But I was watching my show, and there's nothing there.
There was no Roomba to explain the dog's odd behavior, yet both stared intently at the kitchen, even though nothing was visible. This was especially unsettling because Nick's late grandfather once said he saw Nick's grandmother standing in the dark kitchen, only to realize no one was there. That, among other incidents, has made Nick afraid of the kitchen. But that night wasn't over. After putting the dogs away, Nick was startled by the ice maker going off. He quickly started recording again, and what happened next added to the disturbing events.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yo.
Oh, that's cool.
While simply following Nick around the living room, the Roomba suddenly flips over, even though nothing was in its way. It rotated completely, as if forcefully turned by someone or something. Disturbed, Nick stopped recording and immediately posted the video online after uploading the previous one. As with before, viewers pointed out things he hadn't noticed. First, the Roomba was already behaving oddly. It moved in a perfectly straight line, which is unusual for that type of vacuum. Second, it didn't stop or turn around when approaching the stairs, even though earlier it had responded normally to the edge. If previous events didn't unsettle Nick, this one did. Since then, nothing else significant has occurred, and the incident remains unexplained for now. This eerie video was captured by a lone security guard during his night shift at an old school. Tasked with patrolling the empty halls and keeping the building secure, he began to feel an overwhelming sense of being watched. It felt as though something invisible was following him closely. As strange noises started echoing around him, his fear intensified. Watch the footage carefully.
Estoy solo, no hay nadie. No hay ningún carro, nomás está la mía. Si vieron, alguien pasó allá. ¿Escucharon?
Faint but chilling sounds echoed from the depths of the darkened school, each more disturbing than the one before. Determined to uncover the source of these strange occurrences, the guard pressed on until he came across something so horrifying it sent a wave of fear through him.
Bueno, miren, en esta área es donde supuestamente miran a una niña o han visto una niña. Tanto maestros como otros trabajadores de aquí del lugar dicen que miran una niña. Uy, güey. ¿Escucharon eso? ¿Escucharon? Entonces... Uy, güey. Vámonos. Vámonos.
Suddenly, a distant, blood-curdling scream shattered the silence of the halls, leaving him nearly frozen in fear. A later investigation into the school's history uncovered a dark revelation. 2 students had tragically died in that very corridor. Gripped by a mix of fear and curiosity, he pressed on, stepping into a classroom where the terror only intensified. All at once, the carefully arranged chairs resting on the desks came crashing down just seconds after he walked into the classroom. He quickly scanned the room, but there was no one around and no clear reason for the disturbance. When he reviewed the security footage afterward, it revealed even more eerie, unexplainable events. But the nightmare didn't stop there. What unfolded the following night was even more terrifying.
Oigan, miren, no sé si alcancen a ver allí en la ventana. Ahí, que se ve algo, ¿sí ven? Ven. ¿Se alcanzan a ver la sombra?
A shadowy, ghost-like presence was seen gazing through the classroom door's glass window before fading back into the darkness. As the disturbances became more intense, night after night, the security guard grew increasingly uneasy, fearing it was no longer safe for him to patrol the school on his own. A person kept hearing loud, unnatural noises downstairs while trying to sleep upstairs, disturbing, sinister wailing sounds, unlike anything they'd heard before. Disturbed but determined to uncover the cause, the family set up cameras throughout the house. One was placed in the kitchen dining area, where the noises were always the loudest. For a while, things remained quiet, though the wailing persisted. Then, just after 3 a.m. one night, that kitchen camera captured something unexpected. In the footage, something with glowing eyes is seen slowly rising before quickly ducking out of view. Though only a few seconds long, the clip unsettled many viewers. Some believe it's a person crouched and peering over the counter, while others are convinced it's not human at all. What do you think it could be? A man named Matis had a chilling experience late one evening in Memphis, Tennessee. While home alone, he glanced through the glass panel of his front door and saw something that deeply unsettled him, a mysterious presence lingering on his porch. The eerie sight left him feeling creeped out and on edge.
What in the actual hell? there's literally...
What appears to be a dark silhouette of someone wearing a hat can be seen standing just outside Mathis's front door. However, when he opens the door to investigate, no one is there. Many viewers pointed out that the figure closely resembles the Hat Man, a tall, shadowy entity wearing a hat, often linked to sleep paralysis experiences. Mathis explained that he initially opened the door thinking it was just a homeless person seeking shelter, which had happened before, but this time, whatever it was, may have entered his home, leaving him unsettled. What makes the situation even stranger is that Mathis had a Ring camera set up, yet the recording mysteriously failed to capture anything during the exact moment the figure appeared. Take a look for yourself.
For starters, so many of you came after me for opening the door, and here's my reason why, okay? We live in downtown Memphis, which means we're used to having a homeless population. Usually when it rains, we will have homeless people walk up on the porch, and it is sad, but we do have to ask them to leave because we're on a private property. We have Ring cameras and cameras all around the property and in every room of the house except for our bathrooms. This is what the Ring camera shows when I walked outside, which was 9:50 at night. You'll see the timestamp in just a second. Had we deleted the video, it would not be there. It just doesn't load. We have had this issue with our Ring camera before, but then why did it catch the video after? In case you didn't see, the video after is at 10:23 at night. I initially recorded the video and sent it on Snapchat to my 8 best friends. This is the hallway during the day with maximum light. The front of our house where somebody would be. For them to run, where would they have to hide? It goes straight out, guts out. This way, another commercial building, it juts out. They would also have to jump down into this drop of a fence and go that way. All out front, the most someone could have done would have maybe been behind a tree, but we would still have got that on the Ring camera. Also, another Ring camera that would have caught somebody too.
The Ring cameras failed to capture any footage of the figure at Mathis's door. Could this have truly been a visit from the Hat Man, somehow managing to interfere with the cameras? Until more information surfaces, this eerie encounter remains a complete mystery. One night, a family began hearing strange noises from downstairs. Initially, they ignored it, but the sounds grew increasingly unsettling. Each time the father went to investigate, he found nothing, until he finally traced the noise to beneath the stairs. Frustrated, he installed a security camera aimed at the staircase. That very night, the camera captured something unusual. A face belonging to someone or something emerges from the darkness beneath the stairs. After watching the footage, the family was terrified. Convinced that something sinister was behind the disturbing noises, they decided the safest option was to move out. What would you do if you saw this under your stairs? This chilling video was posted by TikTok user Jax Paranormal and quickly went viral for how authentically creepy the ghost encounter appeared. See for yourself. Looking through the window, it's obvious no one is on the other side of the door, yet the handle starts shaking and twisting violently by itself. Could it be a trick using wires or some hidden device? Or is it something truly unnerving, like a supernatural force at play? The clip ends with the man panicking and running out of view. So, what do you think is behind this? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. This true horror story comes from Becca Wink, an average woman with no interest in or connection to the paranormal. She had no reason to expect anything out of the ordinary until one unsettling moment. While doing dishes in the kitchen, she suddenly noticed something strange. A door across from her slowly opened, closed, and then opened again, even though no one else was home. Thankfully, Becca was able to capture the eerie scene on camera as it unfolded. As mentioned earlier, Becca was completely alone at the time, ruling out any normal explanation. There were no guests, no open windows, and nothing that could logically account for what the video captured. When her husband got home that evening, she showed him the footage, but he remained skeptical. Whether he truly didn't believe it or just didn't want to accept the possibility of something paranormal, it's unclear. Since then, the couple has contacted several paranormal experts in hopes of finding answers. Got a theory? Share it in the comments. Sylvia was at home filming one of her regular food review videos, hoping to grow her presence as a social media star. She had recently begun sharing her passion for cooking and trying out new recipes. During this particular recording, she was especially excited to sample a dessert she'd never tried before. At one point, she paused the review to proudly show off a mirror her kids had given her for Mother's Day. But in that sweet, innocent moment, something much more unsettling was captured in the reflection, turning what was meant to be a fun dessert reaction into something far more disturbing.
Gente, eu vou comer com vocês o melhor brigadeiro da vida, que é da doceria da Lulu. E olha que bonitinho que eu ganhei no Dia das Mães atrasado, mas ela me deu. É espelhinho de bolsa, deixa eu abrir e mostrar. Olha, que lindo. Deixa eu abrir. Ai, meu Deus. Amei. E agora vamos provar. Eu sou, tipo assim, viciada nesse brigadeiro dela. É simplesmente o melhor brigadeiro que eu já comi na minha vida. Nossa, gente. É muito bom. Muito bom.
When closely examining the mirror's reflection, an eerie face can be seen faintly in the background, despite nothing physically being there at the time. Sylvia later confirmed there was nothing in the room that could have created the image, and the shape didn't resemble any nearby items. This has led many to believe it wasn't just a trick of the light, but a ghostly figure silently observing her from the other side of the mirror. On the night of June 25th, 2024, what was supposed to be a routine evening took a chilling turn for Beto. Around 10 p.m., he was getting ready to take a shower, letting his son go first since the child had school the next day. But the moment Beto stepped into the bathroom, he felt something was off. An eerie presence seemed to fill the air. Feeling uneasy, he grabbed his phone and began recording. What makes it even more disturbing is that the house had never shown any signs of paranormal activity before. This was the first hint that something otherworldly might have made its way in.
No seas mamón. Vete a la verga. No mames. No mames, no mames.
Even though he was scared, Beto continued recording to show that what he saw was real and not just in his head. Realizing how fast creepy videos can spread online, he shared the footage on TikTok, where it quickly caught the attention of many viewers. While the strange events may have stopped, the experience still haunts his memory. An unusual security camera clip posted by Reddit user SoggyGate9281 has stirred up a wave of speculation across the internet. The footage shows a strange glowing figure gliding from right to left across the screen, setting off the motion detection alarm. The user asked the community for possible explanations, pointing out that the shadows moving with the figure made the whole thing even more mysterious. Viewers were quick to respond with a mix of reactions. Some jokingly compared the glowing figure to Mr. Burns from The Simpsons in the episode where he's mistaken for an alien. Others noted similarities to the Fresno Nightcrawler, a mysterious creature often spotted in nighttime security footage and discussed in paranormal communities. Still, the video left many genuinely unnerved, with no clear explanation for what was caught on camera. A few years ago, a Facebook post gained traction after a user named FriendlyCry7799 shared a strange photo taken at a bar in Chicago. In the picture, her friend is sitting on a couch in the background, but what caught everyone's attention was a blurry figure of a little girl running past on the side. No one recalled seeing a child at the bar that night. It was late and filled mostly with adults. Because the girl appeared somewhat transparent, likely due to motion blur, many began to believe it was a ghost captured in the shot. As the post spread, people began calling the figure the running ghost girl, suggesting she might be the spirit of a child haunting the bar. Then, a twist emerged. A security guard from the same bar came across the viral post and offered a second photo from a different angle. He claimed the girl was a real person who had been at the bar that evening. Still, many viewers weren't convinced. They pointed out that the girl's unusual grayish appearance in both photos made her look different from everyone else in the scene, adding to the mystery. So, was she a real child who slipped under the radar, or did the camera capture something paranormal? The answer remains uncertain. Reddit user Not Another B Movie recently creeped out the internet with a strange find. After buying a secondhand photo frame, they discovered a faint but unmistakable imprint of a human face on the wooden backing. It looked as though the image from the original photo had mysteriously transferred onto the frame itself, leaving behind a ghostly silhouette. While one commenter, Lemon Jello, joked, "You bought a ghost. Enjoy your paranormal activity," others offered a more logical explanation, suggesting that long-term exposure to sunlight may have caused the image to transfer. So, what do you think? Just a weird photochemical reaction, or a haunted bargain buy? Reddit user Lilt34 recently posted a photo that has left the internet questioning what's real. They captioned it, "The bubbles at the bottom of my water glass look like some kind of script." Sure enough, the bubbles oddly resemble lines of cryptic code, leading many commenters to speculate whether this strange pattern could be a clue that we're living in a simulated, Matrix-like reality. On the other hand, some users offered a more grounded explanation, pointing out that certain beer glasses are intentionally designed with tiny etched patterns called nucleation points, which help form visually interesting bubble trails when carbonated drinks are poured in. So, what's the truth? Is this a subtle glitch in the Matrix, or just a clever trick from creative glassware designers? TikTok user Sam Rosie posted a video after his truck broke down late one night on a well-known haunted road in Indonesia. The road is said to be haunted by a penampakan, a ghostly figure from Indonesian folklore, often seen at night and believed to be the spirit of someone who died tragically. His truck stopped on a narrow bridge, a place where locals claim several tragic events have occurred, including the death of a young woman after a nighttime argument. Knowing the area's eerie reputation, Sam started recording, both to capture anything unusual and for his safety. As he begins explaining what's happening, he suddenly hears something moving on the far side of his truck.
Aku saiki ngomong yo, mambune, moro-moro mambune gak enak lur, mambu melati campur amis. Sapa iku? Sapa? Si ambu amis lur yo. Cuk, sapa iki? Welut. Welut. Muncul lo. Lur. Sopo yo? Wis lur. Aku tak budal.
Sam is startled by strange noises, and when he looks under his truck to see what's on the other side, he spots a pair of legs mysteriously hanging in midair. But when he rushes around to check, no one is there. No footsteps, no sign of anyone nearby, just an empty road. While some believe this might be a hoax, others think Sam may have caught a glimpse of a penampakan. So, did he record evidence of the Indonesian ghost legend, or is there another explanation? What do you think? A Reddit user named Salvatri shared a mysterious video on the ghost subreddit, and it's had the community buzzing ever since. While the post includes a detailed backstory, the footage alone says a lot. Take a look. The Reddit post came with a haunting yet heartfelt caption. The user explained that their uncle, who had lived with their parents, passed away in March. In the video, you can see the garage door slowly open on its own, followed by the light turning on. The light isn't motion activated. The user admitted they'd usually brush off a door creaking, but the light flicking on gave them goosebumps. When they rewatched it with sound, they even thought they could hear faint movement. The timing made it even more emotional. The uncle's birthday had just passed, right before the mom's, which they used to celebrate together. His room is still untouched, and his dog still lives with the family. While the moment could be dismissed as a coincidence, the user felt it wasn't frightening. It was comforting, like he might have come home one last time. Whether it was paranormal or not, the emotional impact is hard to deny. This video was uploaded by Arash Afnan. Before this, his young son had been saying that one of his dolls made noises at night and that he often felt like someone was in the room. At first, Arash didn't take it seriously, but one night, the doll started making those same noises, only this time, they came from the kitchen, not the boy's room. It seemed to be calling out to his son, who woke up from the sound. Hoping to prove his story, the boy took his father's phone while he was asleep and recorded what happened.
Bising, bising, bising. Nak tidur pun tak boleh. Hantu punya setan, mana kau sorok? Kau lapar nasi ke setan? Bisinglah lagi. Ada dua setan. Duduk diamlah. Apa lagi ni?
A plant pot begins to move on its own, followed by unsettling rattling noises coming from a kitchen cupboard, which frightens the boy. When he opens the cupboard, he sees the same doll that's been disturbing him. He quickly closes the doors, but when he checks again, the doll has mysteriously vanished, while the rattling persists. After watching the footage, Arash was shocked and now believes the doll might be tied to a dark force, possibly one trying to take over his son. So, what do you think happened, and where did the doll disappear to? Reddit user Adjacent Gunman posted a disturbing photo captured by a trail camera outside their secluded cabin in the Appalachian Mountains of West Virginia. The black and white image shows a tall, dark figure standing in the yard, with two glowing eyes staring straight at the camera. The user estimated the creature's height by comparing the eye level to a crossbeam on the cabin, which is about 8 feet high. They also addressed common doubts, stating that only family visits the property, ruling out the possibility of strangers or hunters. Bears haven't been spotted in the area for around 20 years, eliminating that explanation as well. The photo, they emphasized, is completely untouched, just as the trail cam recorded it. When the image is brightened, the figure appears even more bizarre and unnerving. To this day, the homeowner remains deeply puzzled, unsure if the figure is a trick of the light, a rare animal, or possibly something far more sinister, like an Appalachian cryptid silently watching from the shadows. A haunting video posted by TikTok user Eric Hunter 1, titled "Appearance of a Ghost on the Road," has stirred unease and fascination among viewers, leaving many both disturbed and intrigued by the eerie footage. Filmed from inside a vehicle traveling along a deserted road at night, the footage at first seems ordinary, until an eerie presence emerges from the darkness. As the car moves forward, a ghostly figure suddenly appears in the headlights, gliding smoothly across the road without walking, then silently drifting back to where it came from. This haunting, unnatural motion has sparked intense speculation among viewers, with many believing it could be a real apparition. The viral video has ignited a flurry. A graphic designer who recently started his clothing line set up a little workshop to keep all his stock. He found some weird-looking mannequins by a dumpster and thought they'd be perfect for the space, so he brought them in. Not long after that, strange stuff started happening. He kept waking up at night feeling like someone was watching him and kept hearing noises at the door. One night, around 3 a.m., he felt it again, so he grabbed his phone and started recording.
Es la primera vez que me animo a grabar esto. Ya van varias veces que me vienen despertando a la noche. Siento que a veces viene alguien hasta acá al lado mío o siento que tocan algo acá en la mesita. El sonido de la puerta y yo duermo acá con la puerta cerrada, así que nada, voy a ver qué carajo. La verdad nunca me levanté hasta ahora. maniquí, boludo. Ese maniquí, la concha de la lora. Me chupa 3 huevos, me voy a fijar igual, boludo. Esa es la concha de su madre. Qué hija de puta, boludo. No te la puedo creer. Y escuché hace un ratito escuché que deslizaban esto. Como si estuvieran revisando la ropa, boludo. Alto cagazo me hizo pegar esta mierda. La concha de la madre, boludo. No.
It looks like a head, maybe someone or something, peeks out from around the corner, but it quickly disappears when he pans the camera away and then back again. When he goes into the room to check, no one's there, but one of the mannequins suddenly turns toward him on its own, which freaks him out and sends him running. The next day, while he's working in the shop, he sets up a camera to catch anything strange, and sure enough, something happens. The mannequin slowly turns to face him all by itself. A few nights later, around 3:33 a.m., while he's wrapping up at the workshop, something truly unsettling gets caught on camera.
Bueno, esto parece que se rompió. No sé quién habrá sido. Y toda la ropa en el piso. Esto es una locura. Yo no puedo creer esto. Yo no puedo creer. No puedo creer esto. ¡Ah! No puedo creer, loco. Y está ahí como si nada. Es esto.
The mannequin turns again, and this time clothes mysteriously fall off the clothing line on their own. He's convinced the mannequin is behind all the strange activity and might be haunted. But what do you think? Is it a real ghost or just a creepy coincidence? You decide. Reddit user IslandShort5920 shared a strange photo taken by a Bluetooth game camera while they were out hunting with their father. The eerie black and white image, captured on a remote dirt road, reveals 2 mysterious shapes. On the right side, a glowing, amorphous white form appears to hover above the ground, seemingly floating in midair. But the left side holds something even more puzzling. At first glance, it might look like a plastic bag or the movement of a deer's tail, but a closer look reveals what appears to be the lower half of a humanoid figure, complete with goat-like legs, standing upright. The poster explained that the location is extremely remote, with no homes, artificial lights, or activity nearby that could explain what the camera captured. With no other images taken that night, the chilling photo remains a mystery. Reddit user Hello Imrani shared 2 eerie photographs tied to a strange experience that occurred in 2020 on their birthday. While chatting with their brother on the phone around 6:30 p.m., Ronnie was walking around the yard when they noticed a mysterious figure pacing near the end of their parents' driveway, close to a wooded area. At first, the figure appeared to be facing away, nervously moving back and forth. But without warning, it turned to face Ronnie, prompting them to snap 2 quick photos. The second image was even more disturbing, capturing the figure looking directly at the camera. Despite extensive online research and searching for rational explanations, nothing definitive surfaced. Ronnie noted the images were taken from a distance of about 100 to 150 feet using full zoom on their phone. The photos sparked a wave of speculation. Some suggested it was simply someone in dark clothes acting strangely, while others believed it could be a cryptid or ghost. To this day, no clear answer has been found, and the identity of the figure remains a mystery. Brandon was working a solitary night shift, patrolling a quiet shopping mall and ensuring everything was secure. During one of his routine rounds, he entered a dimly lit supermarket and began recording a short video to showcase his night duty experience. However, his camera captured something far more disturbing than he expected.
El santo versión de Spider-Man. La película de las lesbianas. 2.0. ¿Qué cojones? Amigos, no es broma, no hice corte ni nada. Estaba con los juguetes y de repente se cayó una no sé si alcanza a ver, una mercancía sola. De hecho se escuchó cuando andaba con el voz Yogur Light. Y esto no fue coña, amigos, esto se cayó solo de verdad. Y estoy un poco asustado porque no suele pasarme esto mucho. De repente sí se escuchan cosas raras y así, pero no es algo que digas, uy, qué miedo. Por lo regular, pues a todo le encuentro una lógica de por qué pasa, pero esto me sacó de onda, así muy de repente. Y ustedes mismos lo escucharon, no sé si se alcanzó a escuchar en el video.
While Brandon was filming a toy display, a group of boxes behind him unexpectedly toppled off a shelf, even though no one else was present. The sudden noise startled him. Knowing the building was empty, he initially shrugged it off as a random occurrence. However, things grew unsettling a few days later when he got home. His dog started behaving strangely, appearing anxious and distant, frequently staring at him from behind furniture or across the room, almost as if it didn't recognize him anymore. Since that shift, Brandon's dog appeared fearful of him, as if something sinister had come back with him, some kind of unnatural energy. It was as though a ghostly or dark presence had attached itself to Brandon and followed him into his everyday life.
Akira, te quiero preguntar algo. Siéntate. Oye, Akira. ¿Eres un nahual? ¿Es cierto que eres un nahual? ¿O es mentira? ¿Eres un nahual? Akira, ¿por qué no volteas a verme? ¿Eres un nahual? Ni siquiera me voltea a ver. Akira, y ni siquiera hay nada que esté viendo para que digas está viendo algo. No, simplemente me quitas la mirada.
After Brandon shared the video, many viewers noticed a disturbing detail near the end. The dog kept staring toward the staircase, as if focused on something invisible to human eyes.
Bestia, hasta ahorita me vengo enterando desde que subí ese video de eso que se alcanza a ver al fondo. La verdad es que ni siquiera me había dado cuenta, o sea, leía sus comentarios y todo, pero no llegué a leer comentarios sobre lo que se veía ahí. Y es que supuestamente es como una cara malformada, pero no recuerdo haber tenido nada, absolutamente nada.
If you look closely, you can spot what seems to be a pale, eerie face lurking in the shadows near the stairs, just standing there, watching. The dog appeared to make direct eye contact with it. Brandon hadn't noticed anything unusual while filming, and only discovered the figure after he had already moved out. He insists nothing in that spot could have resembled a face. Some believe the entity from the store followed him home. Whether it was a true haunting or mere coincidence is up to you to decide. Over Memorial Day weekend in 2025, TikTok lit up with rumors claiming the infamous Annabelle doll had mysteriously vanished en route to Chicago. Viral videos quickly spread the story, racking up millions of views and sparking fears that the haunted artifact from the Warrens Occult Museum had gone missing. But the New England Society for Psychic Research, NESPR, founded by legendary paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren, was quick to shut the rumors down. Dan Rivera, NESPR's senior lead investigator, posted a video on TikTok confirming that Annabelle is very much accounted for and still safely secured at the Warrens Occult Museum in Monroe, Connecticut. Annabelle's not missing. She's not in Chicago, he said plainly. While the museum remains closed to the public, Annabelle has been part of the Devils on the Run tour, appearing at events like the Psychic and Spirit Fest in San Antonio, Texas. Upcoming stops include Illinois and Kentucky. Fans hoping to see the doll in person can catch her this October at the Warren Seekers of the Supernatural Phantasmacon at Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. So for now, you can rest easy. Annabelle is safe, secure, and still behind glass, exactly where she should be. A chilling photograph uploaded by Reddit user Timber2077 has sparked a wave of intrigue and unease throughout the online community, leaving many viewers unsettled and eager to uncover the truth behind the image. The eerie photograph was taken during a quiet winter hike in Queensland's Bunya Mountains National Park, far from the usual crowds. Reddit user had paused to capture sunlight streaming through the forest canopy. When later reviewing the images with his children, his daughter noticed something chilling, a mysterious figure in an old-fashioned black gown standing in the woods, eerily out of place. The uploader insists no such person was visible at the time, claiming the path ahead had been completely clear. When he showed the image to his boss, she was visibly shaken, revealing that her daughter had suffered a sudden panic attack at that exact spot a year earlier, overwhelmed by the sense of being watched. The disturbing connection between the photo and the earlier experience has only intensified the mystery surrounding the image. Though the uploader is still unsure what the mysterious figure truly was, the unsettling photo has left a lasting impact, forever altering the memory of an otherwise calm and pleasant family outing. Reddit user TinyProfessor9680 recently shared a haunting photograph that has stirred up curiosity among paranormal enthusiasts. The picture, taken back in 2016, around 7 a.m., shows two brothers posing on Blackpool Beach in England. At first glance, it looks like a typical family snapshot. However, a closer look reveals something unsettling, a ghostly face peering out from between the brothers' legs, staring directly at the camera. According to the post, the photo was snapped by a friend's mother, who had no idea anything strange was captured at the time. It wasn't until later, during a review of the image, that the eerie presence was discovered. The user insists that no one else was on the beach that early in the morning, making the unexplained face even more bizarre. The family remains confused and unnerved, still unable to explain who or what appeared in their photo that day. A mysterious photograph shared by Reddit user Melon115210 has gained attention online for seemingly capturing a ghostly figure in a backyard. Taken in July 2023, the image was snapped by the poster's sister late at night after she and her fiancé had spent the day clearing overgrowth. She intended to photograph her fiancé near a picnic table they had moved earlier, but later noticed a strange figure near the table that hadn't been seen at the time. The poster confirmed they were alone in the yard, with no pets or other people present. The unsettling discovery led to a frightened FaceTime call among family members. Adding to the mystery, the picnic table had remained in the same spot for years and was only moved that day. Although a Ring camera was later installed, it has not recorded anything unusual, leaving the figure unexplained. A nurse named Maria shares that she's been experiencing some strange and unsettling things at the hospital where she works.
Haz de cuenta que yo me metí aquí, a la madre, y me asomé aquí, pero no me asomé hasta acá, me asomé así nada más y cerré la puerta para limpiar el baño. Y me metí a limpiar el baño y miré que se estaba sentando aquí y dije de querer ir al baño. Y cerré, o sea, yo estaba encerrada. Y cuando salí del baño me asomé y miré que no había nada. Ay, no, vamos.
Maria says she's repeatedly seen an elderly woman roaming around the hospital's empty areas, dressed in what looks like a nurse's uniform from the mid-1980s. What's even more unsettling is that several other nurses and doctors have reported witnessing the same thing, with no logical explanation. After talking it over with colleagues, Maria starts to suspect it might be connected to the hospital's long-abandoned basement wing, which hasn't been used in years. One day, she decides to go down there alone, and that's when something truly chilling is caught on camera. As Maria turns a corner, something or someone can be seen briefly peeking at her before vanishing. She doesn't notice it in the moment, but when she walks over to where the figure was, there's nothing there, just a wall. Later, Maria posts an update sharing what she caught on camera.
Todos los videos que subí los grabé en una ocasión que me tocó trabajar de noche y de verdad que no había nadie. Donde supuestamente se mira que se mete una persona, hay una pared. Si lo ponen lento se van a dar cuenta que hay una pared.
Maria and some of the other nurses think it might be the spirit of a former patient or nurse, possibly stuck there because of some unresolved regret. But what do you think? Reddit user RichSeesaw7842 recently shared a chilling find on the Slapped Ham subreddit. The post, titled "Ghost Spotted Whilst House Hunting in England," described an unsettling moment during their search for a new home in northeast England. While browsing property photos on Rightmove, they noticed something unusual in one of the bedroom images. A figure seemed to be visible. The eerie image shows a semi-transparent silhouette reflected clearly in a mirror. Strangely, the figure appears to have its hands casually in its pockets, making it unlikely to be the photographer's reflection. Since little is known about the property's history, commenters began speculating that the mysterious figure might be a ghost tied to the home's past. Reddit user Corin James shared a spine-chilling account from a friend who works as an EMT, along with a photo that has stirred up serious interest in the paranormal community. According to the story, the EMT was turning his ambulance around late one night at the end of a secluded country road in central Kentucky when he spotted something terrifying in the darkness. A large, shadowy figure was standing nearby, slowly swaying, with bright red eyes glowing in the night. What unnerved him most was that the eyes seemed to shine on their own, not reflecting any vehicle lights, but emitting their eerie glow. The post quickly attracted theories from curious commenters. Many believed the creature could be the Mothman, the legendary creature originally reported in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, known for its towering form and glowing red eyes. Others offered different suggestions, but no solid explanation for the strange sighting has ever been found. In July 2022, a TikTok video posted by user Josephiero9 went viral, allegedly showing a ghostly figure on the infamous La Rumorosa Highway in Baja California, Mexico. The truck driver behind the camera claims it's the ghost of a fellow trucker who died in an accident on that very stretch. According to legend, the man was rushing home to his pregnant wife when he crashed. Though he survived the crash, he wandered the area injured and alone, searching for help, but eventually died, and his body was never recovered. Since then, many drivers have reported seeing a lone figure on that road, believed to be his lingering spirit. The video ignited debate online. Some see it as undeniable proof of the paranormal, while skeptics argue it could just be someone walking. What do you think? What started as a quiet, uneventful Sunday inside a Russian museum closed to the public that day quickly took a disturbing turn. Security guards watching the CCTV footage spotted something deeply unnerving happening in one of the galleries. What they saw left them, and countless viewers online thoroughly shaken.
Иә, көрдіңіз ба, призрак жүр. Храм жабық тұр. Храм жабық тұр, иә. Мен жауып кеттім ғой. Сіз шынап ход жасап жауып келдіңіз. Қайта сізге көрінбеп, жаңа көрінгенде сіздің есіңіз шығады. Бұны көрдіңіз ба? Елес жүр ғой, елес, призрак.
A translucent, ghost-like figure appears to glide through the exhibit hall, almost as if it's calmly observing the artifacts on display. But when a security guard rushed to the scene, the room was utterly empty. No sign of anyone, human or otherwise. Did you catch that eerie moment? A group of paranormal investigators took on a disturbing case after a man's life took a terrifying turn following a wild party next door. He came home late, slightly tipsy, while the neighbors were still celebrating. At first, everything seemed normal until he began hearing whispers, strange laughter, and footsteps from his balcony. Soon, the sounds moved inside his home. He initially blamed the alcohol, but things escalated. Days later, he saw a shadowy figure on the same balcony, which vanished the moment he looked directly at it. When the investigators arrived, he shared that the previous tenant had moved out due to ghost problems. Even more chilling, his father had died falling headfirst from that very balcony. Since then, he'd heard heavy footsteps and even full-on running in the dining room, despite being alone. Believing something dark was attached to the house, the team set up equipment in the bathroom, rumored to be the heart of the activity, unaware that the real nightmare was just beginning.
Oh, 待って。ごめん。
Just minutes into their investigation, an eerie silence settled over the house as the team spread out between the bedroom, living room, and bathroom. Then, without warning, they heard it. Soft, deliberate knocking coming from the door leading into the living room. The sound was slow, steady, and deeply unnatural. When one of them cautiously opened the door to check, no one was there. Nothing at all. That chilling moment pushed them to take the next step, setting up a camera in the dining room, determined to capture proof of the entity haunting the home.
一人検証していきたいと思います。ちょっと。今ちょっとこのベランダの方から人の影みたいなの動いた気がするんですけど。気のせい。
In the upper left corner of the doorway, a pale, ghostly face can be seen peeking through. It wasn't a trick of the light, a smudge, or even a reflection. It looked unmistakably like a human face. But here's the truly unsettling part. When the investigators checked that exact spot, there were no ledges, shelves, or furniture nearby that anyone or anything could have stood on. So how did that face get there? Was it the spirit of the man's father, the former tenant, or maybe something even darker? A man named Ross posted on TikTok about what he thinks might be chilling evidence of paranormal activity. After his dad recently passed away, Ross set up several security cameras around his dad's house for peace of mind. But what one of those cameras caught was something he never saw coming. a large dark shadow suddenly appears on the wall behind a vase of flowers, growing much larger than the nearby windows. The weird part is the outdoor lighting doesn't change at all. No flickers or movement, just the shadow expanding on its own. The shape doesn't look like a person, vehicle, or anything normal. Later, Ross shared a chilling detail. That exact spot on the other side of the wall is where his father died. Could it be his dad's spirit showing up one last time, or something even stranger? In June 2025, TikTok user Kyle Anthony shared a video claiming strange and unexplained things had been happening in his home, especially in the basement. In the clip, Kyle records himself walking through the house and heading toward the basement. His cat, clearly uneasy, adds to the tension, almost confirming that something's off. If you listen closely, you can hear faint knocking sounds coming from below. Kyle opens the basement door and looks down the stairs. At first, everything seems normal, but then something unexpected happens.
The heck is that? Is that you? What the heck is that? I guess that wasn't you, was it? Are we doing this again? Anyway, I don't know. What in the heck?
As Kyle scans the staircase, a ghostly child's voice suddenly echoes from somewhere down in the basement. Moments later, the sound of fast footsteps can be heard racing up the stairs, even though no one is in sight. In a follow-up video, Kyle decides to check out the attic. It starts with the attic door making strange noises, like something is lightly knocking or shifting just behind it. Kyle then climbs up to investigate the space.
Alright, for any of y'all who don't believe that this is real, then I'm just making it up. I'm about to prove it to you.
Inside, the attic seems completely ordinary, just dusty, quiet, and empty. There's no sign of whatever had been making the strange noises earlier. So, what's happening here? The way the sounds play out in both videos feels oddly well timed, especially the eerie voice and the unexpected footsteps. Skeptics might say the audio was added later, or blame it on the house settling, but the timing and build-up feel just a little too perfect to be random. If it is a hoax, it's been pulled off with some serious attention to detail. But if it's real, then Kyle might not be as alone in his house as he thought. A woman named Zand started feeling deeply uneasy after hearing strange, unexplained noises coming from the attic above her. The creepiest part? The attic door was right inside her bedroom. After weeks of hearing rustling and becoming more and more convinced it wasn't just a raccoon or some harmless animal, Zand finally built up the courage to check it out. What she found left both her and everyone who saw the footage totally stunned.
I'm pretty confident that a human is not up here, at least. I don't know why it's taking me so long to see this white sheet thing in front of me. I am so ready to wrap it up and get the hell out of Dodge until finally I notice something. Who is this diva? I'm just kidding, get it. What the f? The gremlin toy? It's obviously a puppet. Wait, I think this is a puppet. Thank God. I cannot believe the mint condition this guy's in. Honestly, I'm quite drawn to it. I'm gonna see if I can see anything else real quick before I get the f out of here. This is all just around the opening of the latch should be more concerning to me, but I have no self-awareness. Wait. Why did I not see this? It was right beside me. You're pulling my leg, right? At first I thought it was like a rat mask. It's a pig. What the going on in here on this day?
It's hard to think of anything creepier. Someone had left a strange puppet just sitting in the attic. Who does that? For reasons still unclear, Zan decided to keep the puppet instead of throwing it out. Things got even weirder when she started using the puppet to promote a new song, turning it into the face of her online content.
今ちょっとこのベランダの方から人の影みたいなの動いた気がするんですけど。
After a few of her attic videos went viral, Zan posted again, this time looking clearly frustrated by all the attention.
I was just wondering what are you meant to do if you think that there is a person in your attic, hypothetically speaking. I feel like I am losing my marbles. I really feel like I'm losing every night last week. Without fail, between the hours of like 10 and midnight, there is a banging coming from my ceiling. It's not neighbors because I'm in terraced housing. I only hear the side. And on top of all that, there's an attic door in my room. Here she is, isn't she diva? Hi, gorgeous. I have never been in that space, so I don't know whether it's like an entire attic, whether it's a whole space. I don't know. It's 8:30 p.m. I'm gonna come back up here at 10 and record it so you can hear it for yourself. So you know that I'm not going crazy.
1 hour and a half later.
It's showtime, baby.
Hello.
I'm not alone, at least. Now we wait. Maybe we won't have to wait for that long. I told you, listen to this. Down and came downstairs, so I followed. I'm so sick of this. It's past the point where it's creeping me out. It's just annoying of me. I'm just gonna go up there tomorrow and investigate what it is in the daytime, not now while it's active. I might look stupid, but I'm not that stupid. I watch horror movies. Anyway, I'll give you an update tomorrow. Bye.
It could have been a bat, a squirrel, or just the house settling with age. But those last 3 knocks, they sounded way too deliberate, too exact to be random. There was something about them that felt purposeful and seriously chilling.
What is that?
The most disturbing theory ties into a phenomenon known as frogging, a creepy trend where people secretly live in someone else's home without being detected. Could that be what happened here? Did someone intentionally leave the puppet behind as a message? Or did Zan use it as a clever prop to promote his album? Either way, the mystery is nowhere near solved. This unsettling footage was taken inside the home of Sajid, who lives with his wife, and they have no children. After spending hours out running errands, the couple expected nothing more than a peaceful return and some much-needed rest. But spirits don't exactly respect peace, and what their camera recorded tells the whole story. Instead of tranquility, they came back to a scene that was straight out of a paranormal nightmare.
Yeah, it does lock too, just opened it.
Oh my god.
This is getting horrendous. Look at it. It's smashed on top of there as well.
As soon as they walked in, a loud crash rang out from the kitchen, like a heavy metal object hitting the floor. At first, they figured it was nothing serious, maybe just a pot falling over. But when they hurried to check, the kitchen looked completely ransacked. Their first guess was that an animal had gotten inside, but that idea vanished fast when the cabinet doors suddenly slammed shut on their own. Whatever was behind it definitely wasn't human, turning what should have been a simple homecoming into a frightening encounter with real paranormal activity. Dan Bell and his friend Will spend their time traveling around the US, documenting eerie and abandoned locations. While driving through the hot New Mexico desert one day, they came across an old, run-down travel lodge and decided to explore it. But the building turned out to be much more unsettling than they expected. Dan nearly stepped on a coiled rattlesnake as soon as they went inside.
This is why you gotta be really careful out here. Because right there, whoops. Right there is a rattlesnake. And I didn't even see him before I actually stepped over it.
Without even noticing, Dan had walked past the rattlesnake earlier, but luckily, it didn't strike him.
Right past him. You can see my footprint right there. And he didn't rattle. There's wood floors.
Dan suddenly felt a sharp sting on the back of his head, turned around, and realized a huge swarm of angry African killer bees had made a hive in the old lodge. The bees went nuts and started attacking, so Dan yelled out in pain while he and Will ran for their lives. Dan even dropped his camera while trying to get out. Luckily, they both made it out with some painful stings, but nothing too serious. After a few hours, once things calmed down, Dan went back in, grabbed his camera, and they got the heck out of there. Just glad to be away from those furious bees. In this creepy video, a group of friends is hanging out outside an old abandoned building that's been untouched for years. At first, everything just seemed like your typical rundown spot until something seriously unsettling caught their eye. At first, the ghostly shape floating near the rooftop looked like just a piece of plastic caught on a wire stretched across the building. As the friends kept staring, trying to make sense of it, something seriously strange happened. The pale figure slowly floated for a moment, then vanished without warning. Oddly enough, it disappeared right after the group started calling out to it, almost like it was deliberately avoiding being noticed. Some people might chalk it up to coincidence, but that still doesn't explain how it completely disappeared without a trace. The friends are convinced they witnessed something paranormal on that rooftop. Whether it was a ghost or something else entirely, no one, including viewers, has been able to explain it. In the middle of the night, a man was jolted awake by strange and disturbing noises near his bed. As he cautiously scanned the area, something frightened him so badly that he fled the room in sheer terror. Disturbed and frantic, he quickly woke his friend. However, when his friend came into the room to see what was going on, he encountered something terrifying.
Embaixo da minha cama. Aonde? No meu quarto.
Como assim?
Juro. Eu vi uma mão subindo em cima da cama. Ai, viado. Tô choque.
Calma, relaxa.
Entrei.
A terrifying figure stood silently in the darkness, staring right at him. So, what could it be? A demon, a restless spirit, or something even darker lurking just beyond the edge of our reality? Share your thoughts in the comments below. While standing near the edge of a murky river, this guy proved why you should never blindly step into unfamiliar waters.
gelembung-gelembung bergerak gitu guys ya. Nah, seperti itu ya. Saya akan coba ya. Predator apa yang ada di dalamnya itu ya. Aku coba lempar pakai batu guys ya. Nah, itulah dia guys ya.
Within seconds, a crocodile lunges out of the muddy water with terrifying speed. You barely see it coming before it's right there. Luckily, the man managed to escape unharmed. Late one quiet night, long after the store had closed, Sage stayed behind to finish up some work. While she was tying up loose ends, a co-worker took a look at the parking lot security monitor, and what they saw was enough to send shivers down their spine.
Yeah, they're walking. You can see this walking.
Yeah, they get like anytime you get in the light, it disappears. So it's only when that is legit a ghost.
Yeah, because like
That is a person walking, and they are.
that for sure is something like.
A ghostly pale figure showed up on the screen, slowly drifting across the parking lot. It looked semi-transparent, almost like a spirit moving through the darkness. None of the staff could explain what it was, and they haven't seen anything like it since. But that moment left everyone wondering, did they really catch paranormal activity on camera, or was it something much more sinister? A man was midway through a hike somewhere in Japan when he spotted a train coming and figured it'd make a beautiful shot, so he started filming. But viewers later noticed something strange. Someone briefly appeared on the other side of the tracks, then vanished the second the train passed. Locals were quick to link it to the legend of Kuchisaki Onna, a ghostly woman from Japanese folklore who hides her face and asks strangers if they think she's pretty. No matter what you answer, things end badly, and honestly, I've got nothing to prove that theory wrong. The paranormal investigation team, Soul Seekers Paranormal, heads to Abington, Massachusetts, to explore a place known as the House of Hurt and Pain.
Here, their last name was Hurt. That's how we get the name Hurt, and the current last name of the new owner is Pain. So it's Hurt and Pain, it's a play on words.
The old farmhouse, constructed in the late 1800s, is known to have been the site of at least 4 deaths, and possibly even more.
We know for certain that 4 people died in this house. 1 during the Great Depression. I haven't gotten the backstory in the other one, and then the other 2 were the previous owner's parents.
The house is believed to be haunted by several spirits, including a dark, menacing presence known only as Ed. Soul Seekers Paranormal are joined by Matt, Lisa, and the current homeowner, Steven, as they begin their investigation in the basement of the old Hurt and Pain farmhouse. Almost right away, strange things begin to happen.
And there's also one in Dorothy's room.
I heard that too. The group hears a loud thump coming from a nearby room, which used to belong to Dorothy, an elderly woman who passed away in the house. As they move upstairs to explore further, things start to get even more bizarre. Each team member stations themselves in a separate upstairs room and records using a thermal camera. Just to note, thermal cameras show heat signatures. Warm objects like people appear in red and yellow, while cold ones show up as blue or white. During the recording, they capture something genuinely disturbing.
Now, if you get the chance to actually...
Hold on. Anybody just move?
No.
I don't know if I'm seeing things, so I'm like getting tired, but I could have sworn I saw like a shadow on the wall in front of me. Like directly in front of Matt's left, like where that picture is on the wall. It was directly to Matt's left.
Right here?
Yes, that wall right there.
Whoa.
You didn't move.
Whoa.
Something resembling a faceless head appears to peek out from a room, seemingly staring directly at Matt. Though invisible to the naked eye, the thermal camera detects it, showing a cold blue temperature. It's important to remember that human heat signatures appear red on thermal imaging, yet this mysterious figure registers as a pale, icy blue. At the time, Corey is sitting in the same room where the head appeared, but he sees nothing unusual and doesn't capture anything himself. However, just a minute later, while continuing to film in that room, Corey unintentionally records something truly disturbing.
If yes, can you confirm on that device? Did Alan and I just see you? Was that your hand we just saw?
Trapped.
Trapped. It said trapped?
Yes.
Who's trapped you here?
Is there a certain something or certain somebody that's keeping you stuck in this house?
Without realizing it, Corey captures footage of a dark mass that seems to appear out of thin air, drop to the floor, and swiftly move into the hallway. Once again, something strange manifests in that same room within just a few minutes, yet no one present sees it happen. Soul Seekers. Paranormal only discovered the unsettling clip later, while reviewing and editing their footage. So, did the team capture proof of a real haunting at the infamous Hurt and Pain farmhouse? Instagram user Matthew6 Cowling recently stunned his followers by sharing strange footage involving his computer and phone that left everyone completely confused.
And now I can use my phone camera here, okay? Nothing weird yet. I started turning the camera here.
While messing around with FaceTime, Matthew noticed something that just didn't seem possible.
So I backed up. And as I backed up, I'm lifting my camera like this, and I have a bird's eye view.
As he aimed his phone camera at his desk, he was amazed to see the live stream showing a clear top-down view of his workspace, even though the phone was pointed forward.
Zoom in, bird's eye view. Look, I'll move it around to show it is from here. That is impossible. That's a complete bird's eye view.
Matthew keeps recording, walking around the room to show his followers how this bizarre, seemingly impossible camera angle keeps appearing on his desktop screen.
I am literally pointing towards the ceiling. On the other side of the room, you can see, even if I did zoom in on the keyboard from here, you'd have that angle. Bird's eye view. It's a bird's eye view.
The video quickly gained viral attention, leaving viewers puzzled and stunned. Some even joked that it looked like a glitch in reality itself.
Explain to me how the hell this is happening, because it doesn't make sense.
Despite the initial confusion, some tech-savvy viewers quickly debunked the mystery. They explained that modern smartphones often use ultra-wide-angle lenses along with advanced image processing to simulate a top-down perspective, even if the camera isn't pointed downward. One commenter noted, "It's just using the ultra-wide camera to keep the desktop in view." Another added, "The phone's doing some wild distortion tricks to make it look like an overhead shot, even though you can still see the wide-angle effect." Still, the video had already sparked plenty of intrigue, with some joking that reality itself might be glitching. Instagram user Nadia Artseva shared some strange footage that's left viewers both confused and intrigued.
Это уже называется баланс.
He appears to slowly lift off from the ground, steadily floating upward into the air. At first, viewers thought it had to be some kind of clever illusion or a trick of perspective, maybe even hidden wires or a harness. But near the end of the video, the man uses a metal pole to show that no wires are holding him up from above or below, leaving everyone completely shocked.
Мои вибрации сейчас настолько сильны, что я могу остановить часы, я могу остановить метроном, абсолютно все.
Since the video surfaced online, the comment section has blown up with reactions ranging from awe to total doubt. Some people are convinced it's just clever editing or green screen effects, while others believe it's real proof of psychic or supernatural powers. Interestingly, Nadayartseva's account even features tutorials on how to levitate and develop psychic abilities, which has sparked major curiosity among viewers. A man ventured into an abandoned building to explore, but what his camera recorded in the basement was nothing short of terrifying. Take a look for yourself.
Waouh, l'état de la cave. C'est quoi ça?
As he descended into the basement, a dark, demonic figure was captured lurking behind a door. Just moments later, it launched an attack. What followed remains a chilling mystery. The footage abruptly cuts out, and the man was never seen again. Popular South American TikToker Grabacios Leonardoi, famous for sharing paranormal encounters, recently went viral with a chilling video recorded in a cemetery. Sections of the dirt suddenly start shifting and moving, like something underneath is trying to break free.
Elizabeth, sal. Está maricando, güey. Sal, Elizabeth.
The uploader, clearly shaken, suggests that something beneath the ground is trying to break free. The video quickly went viral, racking up hundreds of thousands of views. Many viewers believe the footage is real proof of paranormal activity, and some think it even caught a supernatural event on camera. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated with our latest videos.